Happy DocMas residents, and welcome to the Dr. DC podcast. My name is producer Richard, and across from me is the doctor himself.
Hello.
This year, like every year, we release an episode every day for the 12 days leading up to Christmas. We like to call it DocMas.
That's right. 12 episodes, 12 drinks,
One
day of recording.
Yeah.
This is the 11th.
We are within eyesight, and I'm not like belligerent at all.
I think we finally cracked it.
Yeah.
Caesars keep us cleansers.
Yep. Nope. That's a
Wow.
succinct and well spoken. I'm real proud of you.
Wow.
Nothing could have undercut my argument more
Yeah.
than the thing I just came up with.
Caesar's words. And we are joined today by Kyle,
As voted on by the
Dr.
fans.
Kyle.
The fans of the Dr. DC podcast. Not my actual child's name, but Kyle.
No, it's Kyle. And Mrs. Dr. DC.
Well, hey guys.
Yes, you tell them. That's right.
Yeah, baby DC and I decided to stop by for a visit.
Yeah, baby DC doesn't know how to drink. No. She's so excited about apple juice.
Thank you for inviting us on the show.
No, of course. Yeah. You just gotta focus on you can't
Against all odds, the mess in this room is not one of us.
No.
Not me or you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to touch that though. Yeah.
Yeah, there's Daddy.
Last year she was just on like a mat and didn't do anything.
Yeah, just sort of vaguely vocalized from the corner.
Yeah.
This year she's an actual menace. Capable of destruction in her own right.
Of dentist proportions.
Yeah, that's
As long as we keep her at apple juice, she'll be okay.
Yeah, I think so too. She looks very cute on her little spot there. First question. Let's get right into it.
Let's do it. Let's go right in.
From Facebook.
Okay. Going to the face in the book. Going to the Facebook.
Oh, you guys are cute. Comes from Adam Upper.
Upper, I hardly know her.
Who's asked, which... Yeah. The other question that was asked was, which universe / Earth gets visited the most out of all of them?
Oh.
I mean, the Earth 1?
I mean, other than the main one. So we're not talking about Earth 0, where the prime universe, where the main events unfold. What Earth do we think gets visited most out of the rest of them? Do you have an answer to this?
I'm gonna have a couple of educated guesses. I'm gonna say, is Earth 52 a thing?
Technically, yes. It's the ape world.
Okay. Then never mind, not that one. I'm gonna say the one where the Nazis win the war.
Oh, Earth 10.
Or the Red Sun, where Superman is raised by.
Right. Earth 30.
Yeah.
I'm
going to guess those.
Yeah, I think those are reasonable ones. I mean, there's a Freedom Fighters series happening right now that all takes place on Earth 10. So at least monthly, we have that. Yeah, I mean, Earth 30 Superman showed up in a rebirth arc of Superman called Multiplicity. I would say in general...
Love Michael Keaton in that.
Earth 2 is probably one that we visited a decent amount, though not lately. If we're talking about one we visit maybe with frequency, Earth 23, where President Superman is, that's one that we kind of keep seeing. Not necessarily for big extended periods, but lots of mentions.
Yeah.
We see that one a lot.
We get lots of 2 and 3 too, don't we? I mean,
2 and 3 are relatively major ones too. Yeah. I think all of those ones are pretty good answers to it. I don't know right now that there's one that sort of takes the cake over the other ones. Yeah. If we're talking about the history of DC, it's Earth 2. We've never spent more time on a parallel Earth than the parallel Earth of the Justice Society.
Yes.
But, yeah. It's okay. I'll help.
We have a juice box emergency. A straw's come out, and the world will never be the same.
No, absolutely. Juice can't be consumed. She needed to know if it could come out, but once it did, it was not okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the juice needed to be reinserted.
We were so concerned with whether or not we could remove the straw.
Yeah,
we never thought whether or not we should remove the straw.
You really love that joke.
I do.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you think? Probably not anyone specific that we could say.
No, but I think the ones we mentioned. So we've talked Earth 2, Earth 3, Earth 10 and Earth 20 and Earth 23, I think, are the ones that probably take the biggest piece of that pie.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, let's go into the next question then. Let's leave Facebook and head on over to Twitter.
To Twitter.
Which our first question comes from our favorite spacey, sexy texter.
Ooh, Cosmic DM.
Sliding in them spacey DMs, rocket ship to my loins. I
don't know if that's
no, it's fine. Yep, we're good. Who asks, how do places like Belle Reve keep supervillains under control? Also, what's Amanda Waller's backstory?
Right. Let's talk a little bit about how do you imprison people with superpowers? Either things that you know or things that you would assume. What do we think? How do you imprison supervillains?
Dampeners.
Yeah, dampeners.
I mean, if we've learned anything from Cisco, it's that you can dampen anything, ladies.
Womp womp. Well, when they keep Mr. Freeze in Batman and Robin, they keep him in the cold zone.
Well, yeah, there's only one zone in his cell that's cold enough for him to survive. That's right. So he can't even get to the door of his cell. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a lot of like just figuring out what the opposite of whatever their abilities are, and then setting up spaces are for that.
Yeah. I mean, because in DC, so many powers are related to that thing called the meta gene. They actually are able to build basically power dampeners that essentially suppress the genes in people that give them powers. So a prison like Belle Reve would certainly have that. It probably has additional protections too. I would imagine that there are like sentry turrets or things like that. And stuff
for sure.
like that they would have.
Yeah. Really.
And possibly like additional countermeasure kind of things. Like, I don't know that they would necessarily have something specifically to counter Speed Force, but they might have something that could, like ice all of the floors so that if a speedster gets in, they could like trip them or, a prison like that should have countermeasures of some variety, I would think.
Or like with the Suicide Squad with all those things in their necks, they just like create a perimeter.
Well, especially in the context of Belle Reve, where the Suicide Squad is based. Yes, they all have those nanobombs in their necks that Waller can activate whenever she feels like it, right?
So you speak of Waller. What's her backstory?
It's changed a little bit over time, but essentially she's from like a sort of poor kind of background. She's had to work very, very hard. I think her husband was killed or something like that. But she works her way into basically like government intelligence and things like that through her sort of like, she's very shrewd. She's very diabolical. She's tenacious, and she takes no prisoners. If it suits her goal,
she does take prisoners. But
if it suits her goal, she'll do it. If it doesn't suit her goal, then it's either in her way or it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
and she's so kind of ruthless that way. I mean, even if her goals are noble, her methods are
ruthless. Yeah,
ruthless, bordering on just outright villainy, I would say.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So she's kind of interesting that way because she's technically a force for good, but she makes Batman look like he trusts everyone.
Yeah.
Like she has such inherent disdain, distrust, suspicion for other people that it becomes like a real issue, I think, that even when she's trying to save the world, she can't put her faith in other people. So it becomes like she gets in her own way, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's more willing to just blow up the whole thing and consider it a loss than she is to put her faith in someone that they'll actually be able to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of a characteristic of Waller.
For sure.
Yeah. Now, I just want to turn this over because Mrs. DC, we've watched that Suicide Squad movie a lot. How do you feel about Viola Davis as Waller?
Viola Davis is the only Amanda Waller.
Take that, CCH Pounder.
Yeah.
Don't care. Viola Davis can do no wrong. I'll take that to my grave. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I kind of agree with that.
I mean, the voice of Waller to me is CCH Pounder, who was Waller in all the animated shows and stuff like that. But I mean, it's Viola Davis is like the ideal kind of casting, I think. Totally. Yeah.
Without a doubt. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Let's go to the next question, which is on Reddit.
All right. Where everyone's nice and no one's ever mean.
That's right. Who the first question comes from? Never see die, Iron Joker 33, who asks, outside of Batman's gallery, which rogues gallery is the best match to their hero?
Ooh.
What one hasn't aged the best over the years? Wonder Woman.
Well, I mean, yes, out and out. Wonder Woman's rogues gallery, with few exceptions, is pretty lame. She's got, I'd say, like a handful of decent recurring villains.
Yeah.
She's got Ares, Cheetah, Giganta, Circe, Silver Swan, Dr. Psycho.
Dr. Poison?
Dr. Poison, yes. I mean, certainly now also because of the movie and some recent arcs, but even that was kind of lesser. Dr. Cyber. And really, other than that, it's like either she's fighting some sort of obscure, like, member of the Greek pantheon, or it's like Paper Man or whatever we found it that one time.
I would say probably the best one that we hear about a lot but has a lot of variants in it would be the Flash.
Flash has a great rogues gallery. Yeah, Flash has a great one. We've got the Rogues, Captain Cold, Heatwave, Mirror Master, Weather Wizard, Top, Golden Glider, characters like that. We also have Reverse Flash, Gorilla Grodd, Tar Pit, Girder.
Yeah.
There's a really big, decent rogues gallery for the Flash. I think that's a completely reasonable one to throw in there.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think so. I think Superman's is kind of weak, to be honest. I mean, like, there's Lex, but...
is weird more than anything, you know? Like, there are some aliens and there are some people that could draw on powers and that. Superman's is kind of a strange one, outside of maybe, like, the big three, Luthor, Zod, Brainiac. A weird one would maybe be, like... Hawkman's got kind of a weird one, because you got, like, Shadow Thief... Matter Master, Monocle, Gentleman Ghost. Yeah? Okay. Are you counting?
Yeah, she's counting all the rogues.
Were we counting all the way up? Wow. But yeah, I mean, to me, Hawkman's a weird one. I don't know that it's aged poorly, but it's definitely just strange.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
Yeah, I think I agree with Mrs. DC. Next to Batman, I think Flash has the best one in DC. Superman's probably third.
Yeah.
And the rest kind of go down from there, I would say. Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the next question. It comes from Chan CCK 180, who asks, Batman versus Judge Dredd, both at their peak abilities. Yeah.
Richard, who do you take?
I mean, it's got to be Batman, right? Like, he's a master tactician, like, detective. I mean, there's no contest.
I mean, the way Batman is written, you sort of have to say that, but I might give it to Dredd.
Really?
Because Dredd regularly, willingly, and legally crosses the line that Batman won't.
Mm-hmm.
Dredd is literally judge, jury, executioner. Batman is always held back, right?
Yeah.
So that doesn't just mean that they fight differently. It means that, like, what is the end game of the fight? Batman's trying to incapacitate. Dredd is just trying to win.
Yeah.
You could die. You could get arrested. You know what I mean? Like, there are so many ways Dredd could win, including that he kills you. So he's got one more way to win than Batman has, essentially.
It's very much like the Punisher in a lot of ways, yeah.
And he's got lots of gadgets.
But
He's got
it.
different, like, rounds that go in his guns, and he's... I might give it to Dredd.
Wow.
Yeah. I know comic book wise, like, it's clearly Batman, but if you're being smart about it, it's probably Dredd.
The guy who's, yeah.
I'm bitterly disappointed.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Wow. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
All right. Let's go to the voicemail.
All right. Let's have it.
Hey, Dr. DC. Hey, Producer Richard. So on the last one, I said that was probably my stupidest. I was wrong. For my 11th Dial Doc for DocMas, I present to you Manotar. Half bull, half sentient living tar, all man.
Oh.
Now, when I picture this, I basically picture Plasmus, but it's all tar, just kind of like oozing, but still maintaining the shape of, like, the classic Minotaur.
Right.
And he still has shredded abs. So that's for you, Producer Richard.
Oh, that's something.
He could be a villain, or he could be a hero. I like to believe the Man of Tar we'll fight for good.
Man,
Anyway,
Man of Tar. I like that. So basically, a minotaur shaped,
Manotar, yeah.
basically tar pit. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, that's
Well, what a segue into
Yeah.
the dial docs.
Yeah.
Based on dial H, you type hero into the magic H dial, you become a never before seen hero or villain with a crazy name and wacky powers. We do this every episode. Richard, do you have one?
I do.
All right.
Man's name is Tissues.
Okay. Wow.
oh, that's perfect.
Yikes.
Who has she has shoes that are so light they're able to make him fly.
Okay. Sorry, but it's Tish shoes.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
okay. I understand.
Yeah.
Right. So they're so light that so he's basically walking on air.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay.
Yeah. I know I wasn't
I-
very good. It's okay.
Yeah.
I have one.
Is it
Oh.
called Tantrum?
Yes. Literally, it's called Tantrum, and it's the cutest amorphous blob, and it's a hero, and no matter what the villain does, it's wrong,
No.
and just yells no, and it just slowly but surely sucks the will out of you.
Wow.
Yeah,
I don't know where you could have
How
gotten
did you ever
inspiration.
come up with that?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I don't know where it came from either, but yeah, Tantrum.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And they can just release said tantrum into the city, and it can be a roaming nightmare that just tells everyone no.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
then
weapon of mass destruction.
Yeah, people really hate when Tantrum shows up on airplanes or movie theaters. Oh my god, that's amazing.
But Tantrum's the most exciting at all the Justice League parties.
yeah, yeah.
Because it has the best tricks.
Oh yeah, of course.
So yeah, there we go. Tantrum.
I love it. That's wonderful.
Good catch. How about you, Doc? What's yours?
Mine is called Rope-a-Dope. And basically what Rope-a-Dope can do is he can make any length of like sort of impossible to cut rope. So he can climb, or he could use it as a lasso or whatever. But however long it is, that's how much intelligence he loses. So the more rope you use, the more of a dope you are. And that's Rope-a-Dope.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
More rope, more dope. Rope-a-Dope.
We would love what kind of characters you residents can come up with. All you have to do is reach out to us through our various social media platforms using the hashtag DialDoc. And send us your ideas or questions for future episodes, or just talk to us online.
Yeah, that's right. You can hit us up on
Our Facebook,
Dr. DC Podcast,
Twitter,
at Dr. DC,
Instagram,
Dr. DC Podcast,
email,
drdcpodcast@gmail.com,
our subreddit,
r/Dr_DC,
and of course, the doc phone is now open.
208-917-3238.
It's 28917-DCEU. Not only can you talk to us online, but you can also read our DC-specific articles or go on our website.
drdcpodcast.com or .ca.
And of course, give us 5 stars on iTunes and Patreon. We have for $5, you get 4 episodes free every month.
$5 a month. You get the regular double dose that comes out on Fridays, and all through DocMas, we've been giving you extra little video content. We answer additional questions, and you can see us go as we've been going through this DocMas recording.
That's it for number 11.
That's patreon.com/DrDC.
We will talk to you guys tomorrow.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
Adios.
All right. Bye-bye.
Heroes, they always fight for what is right. Live with danger and adventure.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.